So once again, we got two really good episodes of Loki and Gen V. So yeah, very much like these episodes, or they like these couple episodes from Thursday night. It is like episode what is it? Episode 3 of Loki for season 2, and then episode 6 of Gen V. So yeah, both are really good, and both series so far I really am enjoying. So let's get to Loki first, though. So with Loki, and we're going to spoilers too. So if you've not seen like the title of the video or the thumbnail, we're going into spoilers. So if you've not seen these episodes, best tune away now. So yeah, so let's get to Loki, episode 3 of season 2. And I love the way this started off. This episode started off with the Marvel theme, like the Marvel fanfare, but it's got that old school piano, which I really like that. I really like that touch of this to the episode, because the episode takes place in or most of the episode takes place in Chicago, 1893, and they do go to there was another year, it was 1864 or something like that. I think it was, because that's when Renslayer goes in like when Victor Timely King, or what they're going by Victor Timely, of course, but when he was a kid, that at least he dropped the TVA handbook in his room, and he's had that ever since. So and Victor Timely, we see him in here. Jonathan Majors playing him in here, and I like him in here. I would say it might be my least favorite of like the King portrayals by Jonathan Majors so far, but I still liked him. I still like this portrayal in here. He plays it odd, and I think going back to watch it a second time, I may like it even better than before, because I think when you first hear him, like I first hear the way he speaks, it's like it throws me off a bit. So but I like that. I like that with Victor Timely in here, him making that whatever device that he was making in there, and like that in that show. I like the whole showroom too. You get the feeling that they're making him out to be like Thomas Edison or something like that. But I think Jonathan Majors is playing the role really well so far, and it must be like an actor's dream just to play different versions of like this one character. Of course, being King or Victor Timely, or the one who remains. So it must be cool for him to play that. And I mean, of course, like you don't know if he's gonna be playing the character anymore with all the off-screen stuff that's happening. I don't know where that's gonna go, but hoping for the best, I guess, in that situation. But so far, Jonathan Majors is playing it well, and it's interesting how in the episode they focused on Timely, Renslayer, and Miss Minutes for a time being. Like they were the main characters at a point in this episode, and it definitely almost seems like a love triangle. And that's what I thought was funny. And and then we had like Timely and Minutes, or Timely just dumping Renslayer off that ferry. Like, he was very much interested in Renslayer, and he even got her hands. And then when she was like we can get into like a partnership or whatever, and he was like, no, he was not about that friend zone. Was that like part of the plan though? Because they kind of mentioned, and when Sylvie pushes Renslayer into the end of time, like they kind of mentioned, okay, maybe that was part of the plan, that she was gonna get pushed off the ferry. I don't know. Like I heard, Miss Minutes was like telling her, "You're not gonna like what I'm about to tell you." And also like that Miss Minutes gets a bigger part of this episode. She's definitely sassier in this, like I guess in this season. And even that was cool with that giant Miss Minutes, where she goes turns into like a giant hologram and chases the people off. So I like that. That was pretty cool. And even like her towards like the end of the episode, kind of showing lust for Timely. I thought that was pretty weird. Like her wanting like a real body, and her being she's definitely in love with it. Like he remains Victor Timely, whoever whatever we're gonna call him. But I like that they dove into that weirdness that she had, and she even put her face on that one of those real like mannequins in in his little office, or little like wherever he I guess he does his stuff. But I thought that was pretty cool. And then like Loki and Mobius coming in, like they're secondary characters at the end. I thought it was pretty cool. And there's like a lot of zaniness through the episode as well. Like they're chasing when they're chasing after Timely and Renslayer and those other guys coming in. Like it was very much like an old school kind of like humorous chase with like piano music going. So it was like it was zaniest. I don't think it needed to be there because it didn't really. I don't really think it fit the tone of that of most of the episode. But I mean, it was cool. I mean, I guess it gets you that old school feel from back in like the late 1800s, I guess. And of course, at the end, Sylvie was gonna let him go and like have Loki and Mobius take him to the TVA. And I also like the fight earlier with them on the Ferris wheel. It was very conflicting with Sylvie and Loki, with Sylvie trying to kill Timely. So I thought that was cool. He was all scared and he didn't know what was going on. But the thing is, like, is that part of the plan though? Is that part of He Who Remains' plan for that to happen, I guess? With him going back to the TVA? Like, that's all I'm wondering, because yeah, I'm glad Major's getting a bigger part in this going forward. Because yeah, I guess he's gonna be a bigger part of the show, probably until the end. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm glad we're get to see that. But yeah, but is it He Who Remains' big plan? That's what I'm kind of getting at. And I'm also kind of wondering if like OB with Kiwi Kwan, is he gonna play, like, he's already playing a bigger part in the show, but wonder if he's gonna play a part in He Who Remains' plan, maybe, if there is like a plan like that. Like, I'm kind of thinking, because like they showed Obi's picture earlier, or no, I think he mentioned Obi, right? He mentioned Ouroboros, or I can't even say his name. He mentioned Ouroboros. So yeah, so I'm wondering, yeah, is he possibly going to work with Obi and possibly convince him maybe to betray the TVA or something like that? That's what I'm kind of wondering. I mean, yeah, well, I like to see something like that. But yeah, that'll be cool to see Kiwi Kwan or like OB go that way. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into things. But yeah, that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, overall, this episode of Loki was pretty good. We're at the halfway mark now. It sucks it's only 6 episodes. So I feel like they're like it definitely, like, the story definitely feels like it's kind of rushed, but it's still good. I think it's still pretty good. So yeah, I'm really liking it so far. And yeah, we got episode 4 next week. Hopefully it sets the stage well, because I'm interested in seeing Timely and like Jonathan Majors at the TVA. So that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, so Loki is pretty good, and Gen V episode 6 was pretty damn good as well, with this episode of them going inside of Kate's head. So I thought that was pretty cool, that we learned more about Kate's backstory, how she got into like Godolkin. So that was pretty cool. And we go back when she told her brother to just go away. So I thought that was pretty cool, with her mother just like getting all mad at her and just being afraid of her. I thought that was like cool. So it's cool we see that. And then of course with Soldier Boy coming in. And I was kind of wondering how they would bring Soldier Boy in, because like at the end of like The Boys season 3, like we see that he's locked away. So yeah, so how do they bring Soldier Boy in? But it's inside her mind, because she had a crush on him. So I thought that was pretty cool. And him going on about how like she pretty much lusted over him. So I thought that was funny. And even it was funny when Soldier Boy was kind of hamming it up in her mind, because it wasn't like the real Soldier Boy. Like, it wasn't his real personality. Like, it kind of was, but it was kind of how Kate imagined him. So that was pretty cool. And then we get the scene where Shetty is recruiting her and becomes like a mother figure to her, and because she's gaining Kate's trust in that scene. And yeah, with that hug too, was actually pretty sweet, because yeah, like her actual mother wasn't like trying to hug her at all. She was like, she had her locked up in that room too, with like I don't know if that was real or if that was just in her mind, that where she had like those doors all like those metal doors. It very much felt like Jean Grey and Xavier. Like, I feel like she's got like Jean Grey qualities to her, as well as like Rogue. So I feel like it's kind of a mixture of both of them, sort of. So yeah, so it was cool. And also we get some reveals with like Andre and Kate, that yeah, they pretty much were together. They cheated with each other. Well, Kate was with Luke, so I thought that was a pretty cool, like, good reveal. And Luke took out that one kid that was with them in Kate's mind. Like, I don't know what his name was, but is he actually really dead because he got like taken out like that? So I don't know, probably not. Also revealed that Jordan pretty much knew about, I guess, what Brink was, I guess, doing to Luke. Well, he didn't really know, I guess, all of it, but yeah, Luke had confronted Brink before, I guess multiple times, and Jordan was like subduing him, I guess all those times, except for the last time, of course. But he did it to help protect Brink, and he didn't really know, I guess, fully what was going on. But he looked up to Brink, and he thought Brink was actually a good guy, which he pretty much wasn't. He pretty much wasn't. And it was cool to see more of Clancy Brown in this episode. I was hoping to see more of him in flashbacks, and yeah, I'm glad we saw more of him. And yeah, and I love that scene with both sides of Jordan talking to each other, and his like female side telling him, yeah, what you did was wrong. And him just saying, oh, but like Brink was like, I looked up to Brink and I thought he was a good guy. So yeah, that scene was pretty cool. I like that scene. And we see Luke getting his blood transmitted from Sam, or is it the other way around? I couldn't tell what was going on. And Marie reliving her parents' death. That was a good scene as well, with like the sister, like her confronting her like sister, and it alluded that she possibly didn't do it on accident, but she didn't do it like strictly on purpose. But maybe she was like just frustrated and mad in that scene, which she kind of was. But it was kind of like, okay, maybe it was just her own mind convincing her that maybe it wasn't an accident. But back to the woods where Shetty has that soup killed by that virus. I mean, that's cruel. That is so cruel. And she wanted in Contagious now. That's gonna go into the boys season 4 pretty much now. That's gonna go in there because that's gonna be like a weapon used against the soups now in the boys. And I wouldn't be surprised if Billy Butcher like gets a hold of it, I guess. But I'm guessing Vought would want it probably to like keep the soups in line, I guess. But yeah, Billy Butcher having it would be pretty cool if he wanted to, like, this would be a way he would want to take out Homelanders. Emma and Sam, like, I'm loving their relationship in this episode. Of course, with like that sex scene. And that was like that funny, like that scene was funny when like Emma was turning into the puppet. So yeah, that was that was pretty good. And I'm getting kind of jealous of Sam here. Like I'm crushing on him on this, like in this show. So yeah, but it was cool. Like I love the relationship, but I'm worried it's not gonna end well because yeah, they seem like they're genuinely in love. And when we have a show like Gen V that's in the boys universe, like you don't think that's gonna last. But who knows? Hugh and Starlight are still together. We got Frenchie and Kamiko still going strong. So maybe Sam and Emma will last, but I just got a feeling that something's not going to end well, and I don't know. Like, I mean, hopefully both characters stay alive, but I feel like Sam is going to rage out too much, where he's probably have to leave somewhere, and he just feels like he can't be in a relationship with Emma. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm kind of thinking it's going to happen. But we'll see. Maybe they will stay together at the end of or they will be together at the end of this season. So yeah, I very much like this episode of Gen V, and I very much like the episode of Loki as well. And both series still going strong so far. I mean, they're both like not long series, but they're both still going strong. So yeah, give me your thoughts on the episodes and the series so far. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.